Seeing Swargarohini steps from far, we continued our journey to Chakratirth from Sahasradhara. Traveling through the shades of mystical mountains like Kubera, Chaukamba, Parvati, and Nilakanta was actually a different feeling altogether. The route ahead of us was really getting tougher and tougher. And of course, the unexpected extensive snowing has really made our journey more and more difficult. And the reason being is because whenever there is a snow that is on top of a particular area, we can't really judge whether there is a deep pit or is it covered with stones or not, right? So that way it was a bit difficult for us, our journey towards Chakratirth. Yes, while our body kept us reminding about its weakness and its unwillingness to climb the mountains further, but I think we were able to continue our journey with the hope and as well as the energy that we received from, I would say, the intoxicated thoughts of Satopant Lake and as well as the Swargarohini steps. If you look at the places that we have actually encountered or witnessed, a lot of places was very beautiful to see, but of course it was risky too. And this trip personally was very much unique for me because I really felt that I'm actually floating through the lands of, or the mystical lands of metaphysical beings like Gandharvas, Yakshas, Kinnaras, Devas, because we have Alakapuri, we have Parvati Parvat, Chaukamba. As per the scriptures, these are some of the abodes of these metaphysical beings. So that was a really interesting and exciting feeling for me when I was walking through. And of course, we also felt that the cold hands, or I would say special feelings of those beings were actually influencing our overall courage and as well as our inspiration to continue the journey. Travel from actually Chakratirth to Satopant was the most toughest of the 3 or 4 days that we were trekking since the start of the trip. And the reason why is because in one day we had to climb around 3000 feet from the sea level, and definitely our lungs was giving us a lot of trouble, and they were actually working hard to keep us alive in those situations. If you look at the overall landscape, especially the snow covered landscape, then the rocky surfaces, slippery peaks, and as well as lot of green fields in between. Altogether, it was a very combination of different terrains that we were experiencing, so that made our trip a bit more adventurous. And of course, every time when we pass on or when we are at the peak of a particular mountain, we are actually able to glance through or experience the Swargarohini steps, which is believed to be the steps that has been taken by one of the Pandavas, that is Yudhishthira, along with the dog, to when he was taken to heaven, because that was the doorway for heaven. That is why it's called Swargarohini steps. And it is believed that during the trip from Badrinath to Swargarohini steps, each of the Pandavas fell at different places, and Chakratirth was the place where Arjuna fell. And Satopant, it is believed that Bhima also fell in Satopant area. That is what it is believed. But that unique view of Swargarohini steps from each of the mountain peaks was really astonishing, and that is altogether a feast for our eyes as well as for our mind, and it was also spiritually very satisfying for at least myself in that trip. Because of the surfaces are rocky, and as well as we could see a lot of areas where stones are falling down, and that made our trip all the way riskier, because even one small mistake from our end could actually create or put our life in misery or in hazard situation, right? And of course, the porters were really helpful, who were carrying all our luggages to support us during this trip to, especially from Chakratirth to Satopan. So, like I said, sometimes we had to encounter very steepy or very difficult mountain terrains which we had to cross. At one point of time, we were able to almost fall down into a deep pit area, but luckily we were survived, and because our porters, like I mentioned, helped us a lot. When I was walking through all those stones, and as well as when I was filming these scenes through my phone, I really felt something unique about the stones and the rocky surfaces that we were touching. Because what I felt in my mind is that these are the stones that are lying here for maybe billions and millions of years, and maybe through these stones only, or maybe by stepping on the stones only, all the beings, the human beings, the metaphysical beings who have reached Satopant, they would have already touched it. So touching them with your hands, and as well as crossing them through your legs, was another spiritual feeling for me, at least when we were passing through those areas. When we reached closer to Satopant, we could see Parvati Parvat very closely. It was so beautiful, and I really felt that the goddess is actually flourishing, and as well as she's so bright actually when you look at from the far. And finally, when we reached Satopant Lake, we had to climb a bit, and then the first glance of Satopant really brought a lot of tears in my eyes, because all these days we were actually thinking of it, dreaming of it. It's actually around 6 to 7 months of preparation to reach this place, and finally, when we had the first glance, it is a really emotional time for me, which I can't really explain through the words or with the pictures. The lake was covered with a lot of snow. Like I mentioned, we went on June month, which was actually a lot of snowing was happening in that area, and especially because of that reason, the lake was not appearing as green as you would have seen the pictures. But of course, we could see a bit of greenish from some of the angles. Since it was snowing very badly, and the area where we were supposed to put our tents and stay was already covered under snow, we couldn't stay there overnight as we expected, because our guide told us that we have to move faster. Nevertheless, we did manage to dip our mortal bodies into the mystical waters of Satopant, and to experience the vibration of that lake. The water was very cold, I would say. It was ice freezing. Somehow we managed to take bath there, and after that we did some meditation. Especially I could feel a lot of vibration when I was doing the meditation, because this lake is also believed to be the place for Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara, who comes here for meditation during Ekadashi day. So sitting there and doing meditation, you could literally feel a lot of vibration going through your 6 chakras, I would say, from top to bottom of your body, and you can actually hear the voice of silence all the time. The entire landscape was actually resonating the sound of Om in my ears. So finally, after staying there for 2.5 hours, I had my last glance at Satopant Lake, and it was really an emotional scene for me. And then I also had my final look at the Swargarohini steps, which was actually getting clouded because the climate was changing very faster, and then we had to climb down as soon as possible, because our guide said that the climate is going to get really worse, and before that we need to reach the Chakratirth area. Finally, when we managed to reach Chakratirth, actually we were really tired because of the extreme conditions that we were exposed to. But the sceneries that was actually going through my mind was it was really amazing, because each and every step or each and every scenes that I have witnessed is still fresh in my memories, and that actually gave me a feeling that what we see outside is actually a reflection of our inner world. Okay, and it's like how the mountains are reflecting on the waters of the lake, right? So Satopanth trip for me was an inner journey, which made me to realize that what we seek is actually the inner soul, God, or the all-pervading consciousness, which always is serene and calm, like the lake, like the Satopanth lake actually. And but to feel that, or to realize that calmness, we really need to cross all the mountains of our emotions and as well as ego. Once we cross that, we will be able to behold that serenity within among ourselves, and we should be able to manage that. This was the biggest realization for me from this trip. I mean, if you get a chance, you should continue, you should also make this trip, and maybe you might get a different lesson, but for me it was really spiritual. The journey to be continued.